The pen felt heavy in my hand, like it was made of lead instead of plastic. Around me, my family's living room had been transformed into a makeshift boardroom. Legal documents spread across the coffee table, my parents flanking me like prison guards, and my brother Marcus lounging in Dad's recliner with the satisfied smirk of someone who'd already won. "Sign it or get out," my father repeated, his voice cutting through the silence. "You've embarrassed this family enough, Delilah. It's time Marcus took over." I looked down at the transfer documents. 2 years of 18-hour days, sleeping under my desk, living on instant ramen and pure determination, all reduced to a signature line. ByteField Technologies, my AI-driven agricultural software company, was about to become another trophy for my brother's collection of failed ventures. "But I built this company," I said quietly. "From nothing. In my dorm room." My mother's laugh was sharp. "With whose money? Whose connections?" "That $10,000 in seed money came from your father's business account. The networking came from our family name. You're just the face, darling. Marcus is the one with the MBA." The MBA he bought online. The same Marcus who'd crashed 3 businesses in 5 years, each time cushioned by family money and connections. But pointing that out would only lead to the same lecture about supporting family, about how women in business were complicated for the family image. "Mr. Harrison sent these over an hour ago," Marcus said, gesturing at the papers. "Just needs your signature, and the transfer is complete. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, Lila." Mr. Harrison, our family lawyer who'd drawn up the documents without even consulting me. The same man who'd told me at 16 that business law was too cutthroat for a sweet girl like you. I picked up the pen, feeling the weight of every eye in the room. My hand didn't shake. I wouldn't give them that satisfaction. Instead, I smiled. The kind of smile that should have warned them if they'd been paying attention. "Fine," I said. "I'll sign." My mother released a breath. My father nodded approvingly. Marcus sat forward, eager to watch his hostile takeover complete. I signed my name with a flourish, then initial each page as directed. 23 pages of legal documentation transferring ownership of ByteField Technologies to Marcus Thorne, effective immediately. "See," my mother said, patting my shoulder with condescending affection. "That wasn't so hard. You'll be happier now, focusing on other things. Maybe grad school? Teaching?" "Maybe," I agreed, standing and smoothing my skirt. "I should go pack." "Your apartment lease is in the company name," Marcus added helpfully. "But don't worry, I'll give you till the end of the week to move out. 3 days to dismantle the life I'd built." How generous. I gathered my purse, my laptop bag, my dignity. At the door, I turned back to see them already celebrating. Dad pouring whiskey, Marcus pulling up the company website on his phone, Mom calling her sister to share the good news that I'd finally come to my senses. "Oh, Marcus?" I called out. "You might want to read the whole contract. Especially Clause 47. His face flickered with uncertainty. "What?" "Nothing important," I said. "Just a little housekeeping. Enjoy your new company." I left them to their celebration and drove straight to my apartment, former apartment. I had a lot to do and only 72 hours to do it. But first, I poured myself a glass of wine and made a call. "Jade? It's done. They signed it." "Yes, all of them." "No, they didn't read it." I smiled at my reflection in the dark window. Phase 2 starts now. 48 hours later, Marcus was living his CEO fantasy. He'd already updated his LinkedIn, posted photos of himself in his office, and scheduled meetings with our biggest clients. He'd even hired a new assistant, a blonde who laughed at all his jokes and couldn't spell algorithm. I watched it all from my hotel room, refreshing the company's Slack channels I still had access to. He hadn't thought to revoke my permissions yet. Amateur mistake. On day 3, precisely at 9 a.m., Clause 47 activated. My phone rang first. "Marcus, of course." "What the hell did you do?" he screamed. "Good morning to you too," I said, sipping my coffee. "Having some technical difficulties? The entire system is locked. Every single program, every file, everything. It says I need authorization from the Chief Technical Officer," I finished. "That would be me. You're not CTO. I'm the owner now. Actually, if you'd read Clause 47, you'd see that while you own the company, I retain lifetime position as CTO with full technical override authority. It's right there in subsection C." Silence. I could practically hear him flipping through pages. That's illegal. That's contract law," I corrected. "You signed it." Dad witnessed it. Mom notarized it. Legally binding. I'll sue. With what lawyers? ByteField's legal team reports to me too, Clause 47, subsection F. Oh, and Marcus? Check your bank account. More silence. Then, it's frozen. Company accounts require dual authorization, CEO and CTO. Clause 47, subsection D. You can look at the money, but you can't touch it without my signature. This is blackmail. This is business, I said. Something you'd know if you'd earned that MBA instead of buying it from diplomamill.com. The hotel room door opened. Jade walked in with pastries and 2 more cups of coffee. My real lawyer. My friend since freshman year. The woman who'd spent 6 weeks crafting the perfect contract, hiding devastating provisions in mind-numbing legalese. Put me on speaker, she mouthed. I did. Mr. Thorne, Jade said smoothly. This is Jade Winters from Winters and Associates. I represent Ms. Thorne in her capacity as CTO. I'm calling to discuss your options. Options? Marcus sputtered. What options? She sabotaged the company. She protected the company, Jade corrected. ByteField's proprietary software includes security measures to prevent unauthorized access. Since you've made no effort to obtain proper authorization from the CTO, those measures activated. This is all documented in Clause 47, Marcus finished, defeated. What do you want? I took the phone off speaker, wanting this next part to be personal. I want you to understand something, Marcus. This company isn't just code and contracts. It's 2 years of my life. It's every night I spent debugging instead of sleeping, every weekend I missed because of client emergencies, every dollar I saved by eating cereal for dinner. I know you're upset. I'm not upset, I interrupted. I'm teaching you the lesson Dad never did. You want to run a tech company? Learn tech. You want to be CEO? Learn to read contracts. You want to take what others built? Learn to build something yourself. So what happens now? Now you have options. Option 1. You remain as figurehead CEO while I run everything as CTO. You get a salary, a title, and 0 actual power. Option 2. You sell the company back to me for exactly the amount Dad invested, $10,000. $10,000? The company's worth. Nothing, I finished. Without the software, without the team who'll quit when they hear what happened, without the clients who specifically work with us for our innovation, it's worth nothing. Your choice. This is insane. This is consequence, I said. Something you've never faced before. You have 24 hours to decide. After that, I initiate the kill switch. Kill switch. Clause 47, subsection M. If the CTO position is threatened or terminated without board approval, which would be me, since I'm the entire board according to subsection K, all software self-destructs. Permanently. I hung up and turned to Jade. Think he'll call Dad? Already happening, she said, showing me her phone. 3 missed calls from my father. Want to answer? Not yet. Let them sweat. We spent the day fielding increasingly frantic calls. My mother threatened to disown me, again. My father threatened legal action, until Jade sent him a copy of the contract they'd all signed. Marcus sent text after text, alternating between threats and pleas. Finally, at 8 p.m., a new text arrived. Fine. Option 2. I'll sell it back. Too late, I typed back. Price went up. 20,000 now. Emotional damages. That's extortion. That's supply and demand. 25,000. It goes up 5,000 every time you complain. My phone went silent. The next morning, we met at Jade's office. My family arrived in force, parents, Marcus, even my aunt the real estate agent, who'd always said I should focus on simpler things. They faced me and Jade across a conference table that cost more than my first year's revenue. This is cruel, my mother said. We're your family. Family doesn't steal, I replied. Family doesn't ambush. Family doesn't take 2 years of someone's life because they think the wrong sibling succeeded. We were trying to help, my father insisted. Marcus has the education. Marcus has a printed certificate. I have 2 years of sweat equity. We are not the same. Marcus slid the check across the table. $25,000. I picked it up, examined it, then slid it back. Change my mind, I said. I don't want your money. I want an apology. We're sorry, my mother said quickly. Too quickly. Not from you. From him. I looked at Marcus. A real apology. Explain what you did wrong. His jaw clenched. I tried to take something I didn't earn. And and I didn't respect the work you put into building it. And he looked at our parents, then back at me. And I've been doing that our whole lives. Taking your achievements. Letting mom and dad give me credit for your work. Like the science fair project. The scholarship essay. That's enough. My father cut him off. You've made your point, Delilah. Have I? I stood, gathering the papers. Because from where I'm standing, I just protected myself from family who saw my success as their property. That's not cruel. That's survival. I signed the buyback papers, officially regaining what had always been mine. But I wasn't done. ByteField Technologies is moving to Seattle, I announced. Effective immediately. New offices, new opportunities, new everything. Including a new policy. We don't hire family. Delilah, my mother gasped. My company, my rules. You wanted Marcus to have a tech company? Let him build one. From scratch. Like I did. I walked to the door, then turned back one last time. Oh, and the $10,000 Dad invested? Check your mailbox. I'm paying it back with interest. We're even. 3 years later, ByteField Technologies was valued at $50 million. We'd expanded internationally, hired brilliantly, and changed how small farms manage their resources. I'd been featured in TechCrunch, spoken at conferences, even met with venture capitalists who'd laughed at me in college. Marcus started 4 more companies. All failed, but the last one, a genuinely innovative food delivery service, showed promise. He called me when he got his first real investor. I read every line of the contract, he said. Even had 2 lawyers review it. Especially Clause 47. I smiled. There is no Clause 47 this time? I know, but I checked anyway. That's what you taught me, right? Never sign what you don't understand. Never take what you didn't build. Never assume family means free. You learned. I had a good teacher, even if her methods were brutal. We don't talk often, but when we do, it's different. Respectful. He sends me updates on his company, real updates with real numbers from real work. I send advice when asked, silence when not. My parents still don't understand. They tell people I'm difficult and too independent. They're not wrong. I am difficult. Difficult to manipulate, difficult to steal from, difficult to dismiss. Clause 47 became legend in our industry. Young founders message me asking if it's real, if they can use it. I always tell them the same thing. The real Clause 47 isn't about legal tricks. It's about knowing your worth and protecting it. It's about making sure that when someone tries to take what you've built, you've already built in the consequences. And sometimes the best contracts are the ones that teach everyone, including you, exactly what they're signing up for. ByteField's new headquarters has a conference room called Clause 47. It's where we negotiate our toughest deals, where we protect our interests, where we remember that family or not, business is business. And on the wall, framed in gold, hangs the original contract. Right there on page 19, in tiny print that no one bothered to read, is Clause 47 in all its glory. A masterpiece of legal protection. A monument to underestimation. Proof that sometimes the best revenge is just reading the fine print.